Hey Seekers! So we're going to talk about bringing the outdoors indoors and why we want to do that. So I think we can all agree that, when we're in nature, it makes us feel good. It feels good to go out and, get a breath of fresh air. My mother used to say, when my kids were little, she would say, well, make sure you take them out for a walk is daily. She was a big one in that. The way she would put it is, give them an airing every day, AIRING. And I just thought that was really cute. I've never forgotten that. But, her point was, and she said, it makes a world of difference. Like if kids are fussy or if you're fussy, you're dealing with fussy people, go out in nature and, ground. Nature is grounding. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel safe. So how to bring that indoors? I mean, there are times that, it gets really hot where I live in the summertime, and I do my best to get outside every day, but I do not particularly care for the heat. So every once in a while, there are days that I do not step outside, but it's still important to bring that sense of nature consciously, indoors. Same thing in the wintertime. There are days that it's really, really cold, depending on where you live. It's also true here, kind of, sort of. But, make a conscious effort to have nature part of every day. Really important. So the obvious thing that we could start with are, plants, right? Okay, that's a given. We all know this. But we're going to look at it a little bit differently. So we want to choose plants that grow prolifically. This is a philodendron behind me. This is an orchid behind me. Now you could say an orchid is a slow grow, and that, okay, is true, yet they are prolific in that, there are, God, I don't know how many species of orchids there are, just like hundreds, and they grow in every continent. So I view orchids as prolific. I don't have blossoms on mine right now, but they'll be coming along again soon. So choose plants that, have the colorful, healthy green leaves, philodendrons, the money plant, Tulsi, I think, yeah, Tulsi is the money plant, bamboo, prolific, blank in here, ivy, you could have, gosh, when I grew up, my mother and grandmother had ivy all over the place and potted plants. So bring those indoors, and you can even gather them together just to make a little bit more of a statement. Keep them watered, all right? That's kind of a no-brainer. Keep the crispy brown leaves, like remove them, and keep it clean. Keep it clean and tidy, and enjoy that. And as far as like succulents, as cute as they are, and they are, let's just say that, ideally those are outdoors and in the South or the West. They are the cacti family. Cacti do not grow fast, and they also have like little prickly things on them. Not true of the cute little succulents, but I'm just saying that would not be something that I would recommend for the purpose of what I'm talking about. But look, if it's something that you connect to, then okay, you do you, right? So another thing I really love to bring in is a water element, if you can. Now, I don't have room in my small space for a water fountain, and you got to kind of try them out anyway. They sort of walk the line of, if they're too small, then you're, filling them up all the time with water. And if that's not a big deal for you, then okay, fine. And if they're too big, they can be a little noisy inside. Now, if you live in a large home, that may not be a problem. But I live in a small space, and as much as I love the flowing water, and I am a water sign, I have a lot of water in my chart, and I do connect very strongly to water. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. So yeah, it can't be too loud, for me. That would make me bananas. But what I have done is I can see my balcony from my desk. I do have a water feature out there, a Buddha, that is, I don't know, 14, 18 inches tall, something like that. And, enjoy something like that. You get to see, nature, you get to experience nature in that way. Shouldn't have to tell you, but you got to keep it clean, keep it watered, and keep it flowing, keep the water flowing. So the plants, the third thing, so the first thing, plants, second thing is the water. Third thing, we're gonna go back to plants here for a minute, but the third thing is create an indoor garden. So how do you do that? Bazillions of ways that you can do it. You can cluster plants, like I started to say before. You could do an indoor kitchen garden. So, get your basil, get your, tarragon and parsley and so on and so forth, thyme, etc. And you can cluster little plants together and probably coordinating containers or matching containers, if you want to go that way. Just you have a multi-purpose. You're enjoying that, whether you're consciously connecting to it every day or not. And I invite you to do that. It's the air quality is improving. You've got plants, hopefully in every room, and they just, they make you feel good. You can connect and you can use them in your food. Like, that's wonderful. The other thing you could do is on a windowsill or, in a corner of a room, you can gather plants together and make yourself an indoor garden. You can have the water feature, you can have the plants, put some gemstones in there too. Have some fun with it. Bring, for me, it would be my cute little Mother Mary here. She would be a part of it, non-religious. I'm not into religion. It's just she's the deity that basically I channel, from time to time. So in the metaphysical sense, you can connect me to her in that way. So for you, maybe it's a Kuan Yin, angels, angel wings, that kind of thing. So have fun with your, make a fairy garden, make an indoor fairy garden. They're beyond cute. And just, little fairies hanging from the plants and little tiny gemstones. Could even have like a little sandbox or something like that. They have those little Zen boxes. You can surround that, with plants. Like I said, have fun with it. And then the fourth thing is play sounds of nature. Gosh, I even forget about that. I can't believe that. But play sounds of nature. There's nothing to me that's more soothing than, bird song. Or I love Native American flutes. It's something that really transcends me. And I can work right through that. I really, really enjoy that. It's very calming. So yeah, nature sounds. And you could even put an image, up on your TV screen, if you can see your TV, or your desktop, laptop, that is nature, And, you can't help but feel yummy and fuzzy when you're surrounded with nature. And so I just think we have to do whatever we can at this point in our world to make ourselves, feel good. And when we feel good, I think we, come from that place where our work is better and we connect more deeply with others. And collectively speaking, we're sending out that vibe, that, that nature vibe that makes everybody feel good. So you're sort of in service, not only to yourself, but when you serve yourself, you serve others, by default. So breathe some life into your space and start with nature. You can't go wrong. So I hope that was helpful. Namaste, everybody.